Obviously, your rise in the last sort of 2 and 3 years has been meteoric. Do you ever stop and think about how much your life has changed in the last sort of 3 years?
Yeah, obviously there's moments where I say I'd be out with my family or friends and I'm getting stopped and people want pictures and yeah, I think more in that sense is when I think about it more. But yeah, when I'm in football on the pitch and yeah, I just try to stay focused and yeah, try my hardest.
Obviously, from watching you're a much better player now than when you broke into the team. But just in terms of you as a person, has what's happened in the last 3 years changed you as a person at all? Are you the same Nico O'Reilly you were 3 years ago?
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I've not changed too much. I think obviously being with the first team and playing in front of thousands and thousands of people has built more confidence. But apart from that, I think yeah, just the same.
And can you remember the first time that you got the call that you were going to go and train with the first team? Because I imagine for an academy graduate, that's quite daunting to be told that you're actually going to go and train with Pep and the first team players.
Yeah, I remember I was about 15, 16 years old, and yeah, there's a handful of us that went up to train with them, and I just remember the coach telling us on the academy side before training, and yeah, we was all just excited, a bit nervous, but yeah, excited.
And you grew up watching Bernardo Silva and Ruben Dias and John Stones. You went and trained with those players. Did you ever get starstruck at the time?
Yeah, I remember going to the games, watching them, Champions League games, Premier League games, and yeah, just wanting to be in that position they was in and being at the highest level, and yeah, then go and be able to train with them and yeah, just watch how they act and move, and yeah, it taught me so much.
Is there anyone particular in that squad that you've learnt the most from, or someone that's maybe taken you under their wing a little bit?
Um, yeah, I mean, at the time it was more of the English lads.
Yeah.
It was a bit easy for them to do it. Um, but yeah, no, everyone helped me out. Everyone was so nice and so welcoming.
And we're obviously here to talk about the FA Cup final back at Wembley. You must have some great memories of Wembley now. You made your senior debut in that Community Shield against Man United. You scored those 2 goals against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. It must be a special place for you to go and play football.
Yeah, I love Wembley. Great stadium, so much history there. And yeah, I've had some great memories, and yeah, I'm just grateful because everyone dreams of playing at Wembley, and some people don't get the chance to do it. So to be able to have all these special moments and in my career already at a young age, yeah, I'm grateful.
When you were out playing football on the street in Collyhurst when you were growing up, were you the ones that was dreaming about playing in an FA Cup final, recreating goals in the street?
Yeah, always dreamt of being at Wembley, being in this competition at the highest level and the later stages. And yeah, obviously we got to this stage last year and we couldn't get the job done. So yeah, I think this time, yeah, we need to put in a better performance, get a better result out because yeah, we want to lift the trophy.
Was that quite tough for a young player to go through that, losing an FA Cup final? Because I imagine when you're coming through, everything kind of just carries on and on and on. You don't kind of consider losing, but when you go through something like that, did that hurt quite a lot when you lost that game to Palace?
Yeah, it was tough. I think no one really expected us to lose that game. And yeah, we couldn't take our chances. They took their chance, and yeah, it was a tough loss to take. But yeah, now I know what that loss feels like, and yeah, I don't want to go through it again.
I've seen before that you've said that even though you grew up as a City fan, you never got the chance to go to a cup final at Wembley to watch the team. It must mean a lot for you now that you get the chance to do that, and also that your little sister, who I know you're quite close to, gets the opportunity to watch her big brother play in those big games.
Yeah, she loves it. She loves going to every game, going to hospitalities, eating all the food. Yeah, she loves football. She supports Man City, and yeah, I think she's one of my biggest fans.
Does it motivate you quite a lot, that, and especially with your mum as well? I know your mum made a lot of sacrifices for you when you were growing up to be able to kind of give your family those kind of moments.
Yeah, I think they deserve the moments. They've done so much for me in my career so far. Yeah, all the sacrifices they've made to come and watch me play or drive me to training or take me here, take me there. I think yeah, they deserve these moments to come to the likes of Wembley's and watch me in a final.
And just on Chelsea, obviously it's not been perhaps the season that they expected and they wanted. What are you expecting from them in this FA Cup final?
I'm expecting a tough game. Yeah, they've had a tough few months. Obviously, a change of managers and results not going their way. And yeah, it's a final now. It can go any way, and yeah, I think they're going to try and bounce back and try and win the game. And it'll be difficult, but I think if we stick to our game plan, and yeah, we should be good, and hopefully we get the win.
And were you aware that in January 2025 they made an approach to City to sign you?
Yeah, I was aware of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm here now, signing a new contract, and yeah, I'm over the moon to be here.
Just on to Pep Guardiola, what kind of an impact has he had on your career so far?
Yeah, he's helped me out massively tactically. Whether it's just something little or something major, yeah, he tells me, helps me out so much. The players as well, and yeah, it's great to have a manager like him.
I read it in another interview that I think you played fullback for the first time in that Salford game, that you only had one training session.
Yeah, I had one session. Didn't know much about it. I was a bit all over the place, position-wise, defensive-wise. But then, yeah, I kept training there, gradually getting better and better, and played a few more games there, and yeah, we're here now.
What was the thought that jumped into your mind when Pep says, actually, we're going to start you at fullback? Because I imagine for a lot of players, they would have thought, oh my God.
I think it was just I thought at the time it was just going to be a one-off, and just need to rest a few players, get a few young players minutes, and yeah, he was just trying to fit me in somewhere. But yeah, that wasn't the case, and yeah, I've been playing there ever since, been in and out of midfield here and there. But yeah, no, I really enjoy it.
And the possibility now of going to a World Cup with England as a left back rather than a midfielder is an incredible story.
Yeah, crazy story in the space of a year and a half, 2 years. But yeah, no, as I said, I really enjoy it. Obviously playing left back here, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
It's a bit more of a free role, go inside, go outside. I think as long as someone's within the positions, I think he's happy with it. And yeah, then I just try and help score goals, help the team defend, and yeah.
Do you feel more like a fullback now than you do a midfielder? If someone stopped you in the street and said, what position do you play? Do you say fullback now rather than midfielder?
Yeah, I think I'd just say left back.
And do you see, obviously you've got your whole career ahead of you. Do you see yourself in the future moving back into midfield at some stage, or are you happy playing where you are and want to be the kind of the best in the world in that position?
No, I don't know. I can't really say. Just wherever the coach wants me to play, I'm more than happy playing and giving my best.
And just onto Pep, when he gets in the dressing room ahead of these big games, what is he like around these big games in the dressing room before you all walk out before kick-off?
I've seen him be different in different games. Sometimes he's been calm and relaxed. Sometimes he's been passionate and getting us going. So yeah, I think it just depends on him on the day and how he treats it and how he reacts to the game.
And how we get to this stage of the season most years, and City are in these big finals. The players change, the style of football changes, but it's always City in these big finals. What do you think it is about City that keeps getting them there into these big games and these big finals?
I think it's just the hunger within the club of winning and wanting to win. Obviously, we went through a difficult season last season where we didn't win anything, and yeah, it wasn't a good season for us, and we didn't enjoy not being in lifting trophies. So yeah, I think bouncing back from that and obviously winning the Carabao, potentially winning the FA Cup and being in a title race for the Premier League, it's more enjoyable for us as players, and yeah, we want to be in these situations.
Does that come with a little bit of pressure then, that you know it before every season, that the expectation is that you have to win a trophy?
Yeah, there's always pressure being at a club like this. He wants to dominate world football. And yeah, play against the best teams and beat the best teams. So yeah, there's always going to be pressure, but I think it's just part of the game.
And also, I mean, just to finish, you're one of the younger players in this squad. There's quite a lot of young players in this squad. There is a feeling around the club that even though players like Bernardo and John Stones are leaving, that we're at the start of something special. A young team who can go on and win Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. Is that how you feel, that maybe this FA Cup final against Chelsea could kind of act as a platform to bigger and better things in the future?
Yeah, definitely. As you said, we are quite a young team now, obviously with the more experienced leaders in there as well, who help us out massively. And yeah, they're so good to work with and play with, and yeah, they're amazing. But yeah, there's quite a lot of new players, young players in, and yeah, I think we can go on to do some great things over the years.